Hi everyone, it's Tuesday night and I thought I'd bring you a video tonight. So I was riding home today listening to a podcast and it included Trent Shelton, who's a former football player who I used to follow years ago, and Rachel Hollis. And so I was just listening to them and they were making some very valid points about everything that's going on in the world today. And I'm not really going to get into that because I said that these podcasts or these videos were not going to be about those types of things. But one thing that stood out to me is the fact that Trent said that he is no longer going to hide from others on his opinions and how he feels about things. And that kind of hit home for me because, we talk about how we feel about things, and you see so much on social media about everything that's going on in the world and so much of what's happening with people. And I know that all my life, I've been someone that tended to kind of not say or do things to keep the peace with other people. And I've, of course, got run over in life because of that. So when I heard him say that today, I thought to myself, and again, it holds true for everything that's going on right now. I am not going to hide my opinions and my feelings and my beliefs from people because they're different than me. I'm going to actually appreciate the differences. I look at it here and kind of with my message of here becomes there. And I think about, we're all born the same. We all come into this world the same. And as infants to children, to toddlers to children, we grow and learn from our experiences, and that continues on through our adult life. So when I think about here becomes there, I think about the fact that everything that I experienced in my life, from being a little one and the things I remember that weren't pretty at all, up until it was just my mom and I, and then additional siblings and stepdads and stepmoms, and the good that came with that. There's so much. And then, of course, relationships, marriages, and engagements, and things that have all brought me to where I am today. If it wasn't for everything from way back to when I was just born and an infant and all the things I experienced, I wouldn't be who I am today. And all of that molded me to this and based and brought me my beliefs and my morals and my values and everything that I could possibly ever even think of is who I am today. But on the same token, that happens to everybody. So someone else, obviously was born the same as I was as an infant and grew and experienced things that you can't take that away. And everything that they experienced became or helped them to become and mold them into who they are today, which is exactly why they believe what they believe and have the morals and the values and the standards that they have. So as I think about it, I think that doesn't make them wrong. That makes them perfect. Because without those experiences, they wouldn't be who they are today. And who am I to judge anybody for having a different opinion or a different thought than I do? Because they have a different life than I do. So I think that the biggest thing I want to say about that is that, again, it's all about here becomes there and cherishing it. People, and I mentioned this I think before, asked me, how is it that you forgive? How did you forgive the wrongdoings in your life? Whether it be, again, through my childhood or into my relationships as an adult. Well, once you get over the brokenheartedness and the hurt, it's pretty easy to, well, for some it's easy. For me, I guess it comes easy. I'm a very forgiving person, but I find that it's easy to forgive and to appreciate and cherish the things that you did share, because you wouldn't have been in that position if there wasn't some good in it. And so there's something that takes you from there to here. It's kind of the opposite. And as I sit here, I look at this little rock my mom gave me that says, "Stay patient and trust your journey." She signed it, but it's worn off. But that's so true. Just trust the journey. Move through the motions. No, actually, I changed that. Live through the motions, because ultimately, here becomes there. So that's my message today, all stemmed from a podcast that I was listening to, and I hope that it shares something with you. And just like I said, with everything that's going on right now, I think the biggest thing we can do is just stand strong in who we are, but don't judge and criticize and call people ugly for thinking about who they are, because their there became their here. as well. And that's not a bad thing. Anyway, that's all I have for you tonight. I hope you have a great night. This was longer than expected. And anyway, I'll see you again later this week. Follow me. This is my podcast on YouTube. Not my podcast. I listened to a podcast today. I'm losing it. I'm tired. Oh, can I tell you a funny story? I'm going to end this with a funny story. So I borrowed a bike from a friend to see if I really liked riding, and because I really want to get more active, and it takes less time, and the wind in your hair is cooler, and it seems like it's easier to do. So they were so sweet. They pumped up the tires and brought it to my work today, and I came home and I had dinner and decided to go out for a bike ride, and I'm riding along and everything's great. And I'm like, wow, this, the seat could be moved a little bit, but I really enjoy this. I could easily get a 3 to 5 mile ride in every night. And all of a sudden, pop, the front tire blew. So either it had too much air in it, or they were just old and dry. The tires looked kind of dry. So going to replace those, but that was my fun story and adventure for the night. So I had to walk my bike the rest of the way home. But I still got a mile in, one way or another, under my feet. Anyway, that's my funny story. Enjoy your night. I'll see you soon. Love you guys.